Thank you.
So since today is our Independence Day, we have a little bit of Americana for you that Sarah has selected.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all of you here. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to all of you online. And aren't we blessed to have Sarah Meyer with us this morning? How beautiful, Sarah. And of course, our whole music team. I'm just going to put this down so they can see you.
That's a good idea.
Oh, how great to be together in spiritual community. And it is a glorious day. The heat seems to have broken, and it feels even cool in here today. Isn't that lovely? Yes, everybody's happy. Well, welcome to Unity. And I so appreciate all of the colors that people are wearing here, the traditional red, white, and blue, and it's just fabulous to be together. And there's sparkly people here as well. And so we're so grateful. So let us start with some music, shall we?
Let's. When I find myself on shaky ground, when I lose the faith I thought I'd found, think of this insurance policy, a promise made for all humanity. God is here, no need to fear, trust and know. I will align with the divine, get in the flow. Jehovah Jireh, God will provide. 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 As I move through every high and low, I hang on to the truth and won't let go. I understand I am not alone. I believe there is no earthly place where I cannot receive this grace. With confidence I face the unknown. Jehovah Jireh, God will provide. 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 And no man on the nightly news could ever take it from me. And no drop in the stock market could ever take it from me. And no bad economy can ever take it from me. I say nothing in this world can ever take it from us. Jehovah Jireh, God will provide. 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 Jehovah Jireh.
All right. Thank you, Rhonda, Blair, and Aisha. Thank you so much. Well, again, welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. This is an incredible spiritual community, one that is based on love and friendship and fellowship. And of course, many of you know that we have so many people online as well today. We welcome you on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Glad you're with us. And you know, it's so interesting that we have numbers of people, and from the people in the service as well as the people online, it's still hovered around about what we usually got when we were all meeting in person. So nobody's lost. I just love that. And this is a community that, of course, welcomes all people. People of every faith, religion, lifestyle, belief system, political party, as well as sexual orientation and gender identity, ability and disability. All people are welcome here. That's why we're called Unity. And that's for a reason. We're all one family. We're all together in unity. And so today we have some wonderful little news items for you. But before we do that, I'd like to join with you all and really join with you in prayer. And Don, Reverend Don, is watching at home, right online, so he's with us as well. And he's made a little bit of progress this week. So I know, and we both know, that your prayers and your wishes and your seeing the highest and best for Don is really working because there's a change this week. And but he's still resting a bit at home, but he's getting there. So don't stop the prayers yet, please. Keep the prayers going. And for anyone else on our prayer list, there are many people who are dealing with health issues these days. We send forth our prayers to each and every person as well who is wanting prayer for health, well-being, and for any other reason, relationships, financial success, all prayers we hold in this prayer. So do join with me now, because it's not just me praying, it's all of us praying together. So we take a moment to center within, and we feel into this prayer time now, knowing that we are united as one spiritual community across time and space, as well as 2 feet away from each other here. And so we envelop each and every one in the energy of this prayer. And we feel that it is amplified because of all of our intentions and all of our prayer energy and all of our consciousness. And so we feel this prayer going forth to do the mighty work that it is designed to do, to heal, to uplift spirits, to unite people across these arbitrary outer divides, to be an energy of love and light that goes forth to touch not only the people in our community, but people around the world, because we are all brothers and sisters. And wherever there is any suffering, wherever there is any prayer request, we know that our energy of our prayer, this mighty prayer, goes forth to do the good work and connecting each and every person with the divinity that they truly are, knowing that there is nothing that cannot be overcome by spirit. And the more that we align ourselves with the truth of who we truly are, all can be manifest in beautiful and amazing ways. So we are so grateful to be able to join together in this prayer, to join together in community, to remember who we are, the truth of our being. And so we do conclude this prayer with our statement of faith that is our guiding light throughout our days and nights. And if you don't know it, it's right here on the front. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And so it is. Amen. So if you'd like to stand, you don't have to at home, but if you want to, you can. And we'll sing together our welcome song.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Go ahead and have a seat. And we just want to remember that our children are with us, if not in the sanctuary, that they are with us in spirit. And we bless them wherever they are, in their camps, and they're going to the beaches and wherever they are. And we just welcome them back. If you can visualize that with me, and Kate is here today, just visualize all of those children coming in. And we will see that soon. So I would like to welcome up your board president right now, Maria Stein. And may we have a mic, please? Thank you. Hi, Maria. So we have a couple of things, right?
Yes, good morning. So the first thing I wanted to say to you all today is that the board did meet this past Thursday, and we have updated our mask policy. So starting a week from today, July 11th, if you are fully vaccinated, we are no longer requiring you to wear a mask indoors, although you are, great. But we also wanted to know that you are welcome to continue to do so. If you are not vaccinated, we ask that you continue to wear a mask and to continue to maintain distance. We are going to continue to have space on the sides of the sanctuary for anyone who would like to have some just assistance from the space that we've set up to feel safe. And finally, we would really invite everyone to honor the boundaries of everyone in this space. So that means, so if someone does not want to be hugged, or if someone does not want to, someone wants you to maintain a little more space, if someone chooses to wear a mask, regardless of their vaccination status, we really ask you to honor that, knowing that we are all, each of us, walking our own sacred path. So that is one piece of important information. The other one is...
I think that's beautifully said, Maria. And I just want to say that Don and I have been wearing our masks, going to all of these doctor's appointments and the hospitals and the clinics and shopping and all that. And we probably will just keep wearing our masks because I really do like my mask. It was made just for me and it fits my face so beautifully. So we will probably continue to wear our masks for a little time because that's what we've been doing. So go on.
Yes. Well, it's good to have, a visual aid. I have another visual aid for my next announcement.
And I will be the Vanna.
Oh, yes, be my Vanna. The lovely Vanna, Patricia. So when we were planning our budget for this coming year, one of the things we noticed, was hard not to notice, is that due to lack of rental income, because of COVID, of course, we were facing a $40,000 shortfall this year. So some smart person on the board, I don't know who it was, thought, gosh, well, if we just, what would it take to make that up, right? if it's not me writing a $40,000 check. Someone figured out that if 100 congregants paid $35 a month or more on top of their regular giving, $40,000 is done. So everyone on the board, including the ministers, signed up at that time to commit for the entirety of the year to pay $35 a month extra. And so we've invited the rest of the congregation to participate, and as of at least today or this week, we have 37 people who have signed up. So we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't signed up, we would love for you to take into prayer and just what is yours to do. And it could be $3.50 a month, it could be $350 a month, whatever speaks to you, but in that space of many hands working together to make the work light. So again, thank you to everyone who's participating, and thank you for everything.
Thank you. And this is made by Janet Buckheit. Yeah. Beautifully done. Oh, how do we sign up? That's a great question. Well, the easiest thing is if you write a check, you can say you can put TW35, so we know you're participating. You can also let Mark actually know. You can send him an email, and we'll put you on the list. Mm-hmm. Put it in the memo on the online giving. Yeah. Oh, and put it in the memo on the online giving as well. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
that.
Maria.
Yes.
That's Rhonda's.
Oh, yes.
And we have one other wonderful announcement. Some of you may not know, or you may know, that one of the HVAC units went out, and it's in need of repair. It's a pricey item, and we just received an anonymous donor this week who said that they would be giving $5,000 for the new unit and another $5,000 to pay our mortgage this month. So we're very, very grateful, very grateful. And we want to especially thank Don Chudd, who did the research to find out what was the best company to go with and what was the best pricing for the new HVAC unit. So thank you to Don Chudd. Let's thank him as well. Yes. Well, we're so grateful to be here, so let us share our mission statement together. Unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world. Yes.
You could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt, you could stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. I'm flying on faith, faith. You could cry all night about the things that you hate, so dissatisfied in so many ways, but I'm gonna find a way to celebrate today. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door. Threw it out the door. Not looking back because the past is such a bore. Gonna stand with the moon and the stars up in my face today. imagining the worst overcome with doubt. There's no way to know, knowing is the only way today. Today, I'm flying on faith.
Flying on faith.
I'm flying on faith.
Faith.
Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door.
Threw it out the door.
Because the past is such a bore. I'm gonna stand with the moon and the stars up in my face. Today, 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 today. I'm flying on faith.
Flying on faith.
I'm flying on faith.
Flying on faith.
You could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt. You could stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith.
Well, we have an opportunity today for the next 5 weeks to share in one of humanity's greatest adventures, and that is the epic journey for our summer series of Heroes of the Bible for Our Times. Yes. Well, the Bible, you may know, is a great instructional history. And it is truly the story of each and every one of us. All of the characters in the Bible are actually an outpicturing of us. They're counterparts of who we are. And the Bible is your story and it's my story about the evolution of our own spiritual nature. And we can apply these timeless teachings to our own current situations. So the heroes of the Bible today, we're starting with Joshua. Do you remember that song, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho? Yeah, that's that Joshua. And I want to tell you some history written by children from the very time of Adam through Joshua. So they said that Adam and Eve were created from an apple. Noah's wife was called Joan of Arc. And Lot's wife was a pillar of salt by day and a ball of fire by night. The Egyptians were drowned in the desert. And the first commandment was when Eve told Adam to eat the apple. Moses died before he ever reached Canada. And then Joshua led the Hebrews in the Battle of Jericho. Well, how many of you have read the book of Joshua? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, that's more than I expected. You guys are great. This is, oh, whoops. Okay. Joshua, there he is. In the last chapter of Deuteronomy, Moses looks out over the promised land. He was 120, but they say his eyes did not fail him. He looked out and God showed him the entire promised land that he had been working for 40 years and 40 more years and 40 more years to bring everyone, all the Israelites, to the promised land. His mission was fulfilled. But you may remember, he was not to be entering the promised land. Instead, he bestows leadership onto Joshua. And there Moses is bestowing leadership on Joshua. It says in Deuteronomy 34:9, Joshua, son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands on him. And the Israelites obeyed Joshua, doing as the Lord had commanded Moses. With that, the book of Joshua begins. By outer appearances, those of you who have read it, it's a bit of a strange book. The very first chapter, we see Joshua as one who is attuned to God. God speaks directly to him and gives him his mission. And this is a very, very beautiful passage. We can use this passage as really a prescription for success in our life. And it says in Joshua 1 through 11, no one shall be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you, the Lord said. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you shall put this people in possession of the land that I swore to their ancestors to give them. Only be strong and courageous, being careful to act in accordance with the law that my servant Moses commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, so that you may be successful wherever you go. The book of the law shall not depart from out of your mouth. You shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to act in accordance with all that is written in it. For then you shall make your way prosperous, and then you shall be successful. I hereby command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Be strong and be very courageous. God said this 3 times. Did you hear it? Also, meditate on the law day and night. Act in accordance with spiritual law, and you will be successful and prosperous. Do not be frightened or dismayed. God is with you wherever you are, wherever you go. If God is with you, what do you have to fear? All is well. How many times in our lives have we been in a situation where in a moment of despair or depression or tragedy or crisis, we have taken heart in an awareness of something larger, a higher power, a spark of hope or divinity that lives within us, keeps us keeping on, sees us through. This is the essence of what propels Joshua and keeps him going. So this sounds good so far, right? Well, with his faith in God, Joshua takes action. 3 days after Moses dies, the Israelites cross the Jordan into the promised land, led by the Ark of the Covenant. And the waters part. The waters of the Jordan River part, just like it did in the time of Moses, the Red Sea. So the waters part, and the Israelites cross the Jordan, and they march around the city of Jericho. And they are holding the Ark of the Covenant. I don't know if you've seen this in Jewish temples, but there is a large circular way of writing all the law on this Ark of the Covenant. So they would have one person carrying this, and all of them walked around the circumference of Jericho carrying the Ark of the Covenant for 7 days. And then the walls crumbled, just like that. And Jericho was theirs. So what does this mean? The Ark of the Covenant meant that they were one with God, that what they were doing was really one with God. So after all, this was an unusual thing because as they moved now into Canaan, there were people already living in Canaan, right? I mean, the Canaanites were a developed civilization. They had chariots, iron weapons, fortified cities, developed governments and religion, and many, many other tribes lived there as well. There was listed in chapter 12, there were 31 kingdoms in all that were conquered by the Israelites in Canaan. Well, God's promise of a sacred homeland for the Israelites is finally being fulfilled generations after the first promise to Abraham. But God's instructions to Joshua and the Israelites are to take every city and to kill every man, woman, and child. Well, you might feel shock or horror about this, but this is not the total point of the story. In Unity, we look at the Bible metaphysically. The Bible has most meaning when we can find ourselves, see ourselves in the characters or in the stories and uncover the hidden meaning. So this story of Joshua is a metaphysical, metaphorical tale about our minds and how we struggle to be in alignment with God. In literature and films, we're very familiar, used to seeing one group trying to conquer another group. And that's kind of how this Joshua book is written. But this story is switched. It's really about God inviting us to conquer the negative parts of our own thinking and our own behavior, to conquer the negative, in quotes, cities and families of thoughts that are within us. So we don't look at this story literally. How do we look at it metaphysically? Charles Fillmore wrote a whole book, it's about this thick, about the metaphysics and of different words, pronouns, and places in the Bible. And he described in this very thick book all of the metaphysical underpinnings of all of these terms. So he talks about Joshua. Joshua means Jehovah is salvation. We sang about Jehovah today. Jehovah means the I am consciousness. The name God gives to himself at the burning bush when Moses asks, "Who shall I say sent me?" I am that I am. The I am is the core within us, that divinity within us. The Christ within is another way that we say it. And Joshua is a precursor to another person in the Bible, Yeshua. You hear the similarities in the two words. Joshua, Yeshua, are Jesus of the New Testament. They both are about salvation and overcoming and being one with that spirit within. The Israelites, what do the Israelites represent? They are illumined thoughts in consciousness, our thoughts becoming more spiritualized. The Canaanites are the enemies of Israel. They are the subconscious forces, the negative thoughts and emotions. What is the promised land? It is spiritual realization, spiritual fulfillment, knowing and living the truth. And the names of the other conquered tribes, usually referring to some negative aspect of ourselves that blocks our realization of our true spiritual nature. Negative thoughts and emotions, reliance on belief in material things. So let's put that all together. Joshua, the I am within us, leads the children of Israel, our spiritual thoughts, into the promised land, spiritual fulfillment, by subduing our subconscious and negative life forces and transmuting them into positive spiritual energy. Charles Fillmore continues when he says, when we know the law of spiritual demonstration and have the courage to act, we are Joshua. It is this state of mind that saves the whole mentality from its error and brings it to a consciousness of its natural inheritance and being. One enters the joys of the promised land by having faith in spirit as the one reality active in man and women, and by gaining an understanding of divine law. So as we contact and acknowledge and grow in relationship to the power that is us, that is the divinity within us, the I am principle, then we move towards spiritual realization. It all starts with that. So all this killing, metaphysically, is the killing off within ourselves of negativity and that which would obstruct our complete spiritual realization. There are some very interesting stories in the book of Joshua that reveal a little more of his character and offer wonderful and practical spiritual lessons. So after the Battle of Jericho, one of Joshua's soldiers disobeys God and steals gold and idols. Well, this is against the law, so God punishes by allowing the Israelites to lose the next battle with the tribe of Ai, that's spelled A-I. So one of the central themes of the Hebrew Bible is, obey God and you will be blessed. Disobey God and you will be cursed. In other words, do not worship the false idols. So the Israelites lose the battle, and Joshua cries out to God in anguish. Why have you done this? Why? You promised me that all of this would be made smooth. Why has this happened? So even Joshua, the great warrior, the great man of faith, has his moments, as we all do. We feel that we are doing everything right. We feel that we're doing our prayer, our meditation, our spiritual practices, and then something happens. A challenge in health and relationships and finance, and we cry out, why? Why is this happening to me? In the book of Joshua, God answers him and says, Joshua, stand up. Why have you fallen upon your face? This is not befitting a great warrior. All this about spiritual law, the Israelites have transgressed and disobeyed, and there are consequences. It's no biggie. I still love you. Just repent, choose again, correct to the mistake, and move on. So God is telling this hero, Joshua, who represents us, to be strong and very courageous, for we never act alone. We are co-creators with God in a divine plan that is ever unfolding. Joshua, stay centered in your faith and adhere to the law. God says the same thing to us. Claim your divine inheritance. Know who you are. To be groveling and in self-pity is beneath you. Stand up. So how do we use this story in our daily lives? Well, a little background. Just before the beginning of 2020, I recall that our very own PMH Atwater predicted that on January 12th, 2020, the world would radically change, that all of our lives would totally shift. So I waited. And on January 12th, I prayed. And I breathed a sigh of relief, thinking maybe that we had passed the test. But January 12th was the trigger date. And shortly after, we all found out that halfway around the world, the coronavirus had begun. The tumultuous change was, in fact, taking place in the whole world. And we here at Unity have been saying for years that the world is going to have to change in order to become the new world that has been predicted that we will be. How many times have you heard us talk about and quoted the Hopi Elders' prediction from 2000? This is not just the 11th hour, they said. This is the hour. Create your community. Be good to each other. This could be a good time. There is a river flowing very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel that they are being torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know that the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open, keep our head above water. And I say, again, see who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. And it closes with that wonderful statement, we are the ones that we have been waiting for. This is another way of saying, be courageous, be strong, and stand up. Be your divine self. Follow the law. Allow this to be a sacred time. So this is the time of the world and all of us going through the birthing canal into the new world. And it's not easy, is it? COVID is a big part of this birthing process. Have you felt this in the past year and a half? That things have been changed, difficult? In many ways, it was. Feeling isolated, separated from loved ones, not being able to gather here, even in spiritual community in person. So many changes in the way that we have lived our lives. I felt also like it was a year and a half long meditation retreat. But wait, there's more. The world isn't on the other side yet. We are having to deal with continuing to notice and healing our feelings about these times. Some are grieving the loss of old ways, even more so now that the world is opening up, because we may have had expectations that after the vaccine, our lives would be back to the way that they used to be. Well, the vaccine could give you immunity, but not your old life. The world is different. For example, one example is, maybe you've seen it everywhere I go, I see companies and businesses putting out notices outside their door asking for people to apply for jobs. I've never seen that in my life. So many people are not doing the jobs that they used to. I have a friend in customer service. She works in a lovely, beautiful, upscale vacation resort. But the customers are constantly complaining that the resort is not the way that it used to be in 2019 when they used to come there all the time. And not all of it is open or staffed like it was before. So their expectations are not being fulfilled. And they are so cranky. My poor friend, listening to it all the time. Isn't that true to some extent for all of us? So this is where Joshua can help us. He has to do battle with all the tribes around him that are the barriers to his settling in the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey, the land of peace and spiritual maturity, the kingdom of God. And here we are not talking about the promised land being real estate. We are talking about the spiritual home within, the divinity as us. We too have to do battle with the Amorites, one of the tribes in the story. So what are your Amorites? Annoyance, aggravation, that things are moving too slowly, or that life is still difficult, or overwhelming in so many ways, or that others are not behaving the way you'd prefer them to do it. And the issues about wearing masks or not. Masks seem to be a symbol, don't they? On top of everything else. A symbol, a reminder of the way that things used to be and are not anymore. So Joshua overcame the Amorites. Will you? And what are your citizens of Jericho? Fear of illness, fear of death, fear of others, fear of computer glitches and not knowing how to resolve them, or other new situations that we may not know how to deal with. Joshua overcame the citizens of Jericho, and the walls of the city came tumbling down. Will your walls of fear and discord also come down? Well, when Joshua was 110 years old, these were in the last days of his life, he gathers his Israelite tribes together and affirms that if the Israelites keep the law, all will be well. If they disobey the law, things will not go so well. In the final chapter of Joshua, he asks the assembled, what will you choose? Will you choose to serve the Lord, to obey spiritual law, to do that which you know to be right? In Joshua 24:15, he says, now if you are unwilling to serve the law, Lord, choose this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. The ultimate existential question before each one of us is, will we be co-creators with God? Will we adhere to spiritual law? Will we choose to have faith despite the outer appearances? This choice is before us every single day. What do we choose? Often in life, we have to put on our Joshua personality. I'm sure you have all done this at various times in your lives. It's good to be reminded of it and maybe to have a touchstone, such as Joshua, to help us in those difficult times. You found Joshua the strength and stood up to the challenge and chose faith, perhaps when you've gone through a health challenge. And I have to tell you, for the past 4 weeks now, I've been watching Don in great pain, choosing his Joshua every step of the way, and going through times that I've not seen him go through before, in such pain. But choosing Joshua again and again. For those of you who have been caregivers for someone who has had a health challenge, I have had to choose Joshua every step of the way because it hasn't been easy. And I will share with you, my friends, sometimes I've woken up in the morning and been very crabby. And Don has labeled me as, as a hot-blooded Sicilian. But then I will choose Joshua again. Come back to my center. You know, there are many, many other situations in our lives where we have to continually choose Joshua, choose our faith, choose our oneness with God. I know some of you here recently, several of you have had to put down a beloved pet. And you had to choose Joshua to be strong, to do the right thing for that beloved animal. And it's not easy. And sometimes just to face the issues of the day, we have to continue to choose Joshua. And marginalized people, when you think about them, for hundreds of years, they have had to stay strong and continually choosing faith. So many of the Negro spirituals are all about choosing faith over and over and over again, keeping on, being strong, being Joshua. And you know, I've been thinking so much about the people in Miami with the collapse of that building and the workers that are doing the recovery work. Oh my, how do they do it? How do they find these beings? They have to put on Joshua. They have to keep on being strong and very courageous, showing up day after day and doing what there is to do, knowing, I hope they know that they are one with Spirit and that those beings were also one with Spirit. I hope that carries them through. So let's summarize these qualities of Joshua that we really want to adopt in our life, day by day. He had faith in the presence. He had faith in the presence and goodness of God. Even in the face of challenges, that he could come back to that. I know that God is with me. I know that I will make it through. He also was claiming his divine inheritance, that he was one with Spirit. He was humble. He knew that no task was too small. He was Moses' assistant, and when he was called to lead, he did so faithfully. He did what was needed to be done. He was open and receptive to God's guidance. He prayed often. He meditated day and night on the law, the Word of God. And finally, Joshua took to heart God's direction to be strong and be very courageous, even in the face of the most difficult challenges in life. When we are attuned with the I Am presence within us, our divinity, then we can stand up, and there is nothing to fear. On this day of freedom and independence, let us remember that choosing our own thoughts is the ultimate freedom. Choosing positive faith over negative despair is a daily great victory. And we are privileged to be in a land, not a perfect land, not a land that does this perfectly, but a land that says we have freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and not every other country even says that. We are deeply grateful, and I see you all, as the heroes that you are, the heroes, and being Joshua today and every day as you go forth. Thank you, and let us prepare now for meditation.
I wish you strength to rise unafraid, like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. So I wish you strength. I wish you faith that you'll overcome whatever you face until your journey's done. Beyond any words, as certain as grace, I wish you faith. I wish you could see the you that I see there at the edge of possibility. I pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you peace that comes from within, a gentle release of all that might have been, like the stillness that waits between waking and sleep. I wish you peace.
So if you haven't already, if it feels good to you, allow your eyes simply to close. And to know that whatever challenge you are facing, whatever new situation or old situation is before you, know that you have all that you need within to move through it and be triumphant. That you have the strength, that you have the faith. Simply mobilize your faith and know that you are one with Spirit. Know that Spirit is always with you. Take a moment to center in the silence for a moment to affirm this to yourself. I have strength. I am one with Spirit. I am calling on my Joshua to make me go through and triumphant. Allow yourself now to bring back with you, gently and slowly, your assurance in who you truly are.
I wish you strength to rise unafraid, like the morning sun taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. So I wish you strength. I wish you faith. I wish you peace. I wish you strength.
So if you haven't already, please allow your eyes to open and bring your attention back to this time and place. And just open your eyes when you're ready. Well, this is a time in our service where we have an opportunity to give back a portion of all the good that we've received. And as we prepare for this, I'd like to welcome anyone who is here for the very first time. I think we're all family here, and that's good. That's good. There may be new people online. Welcome if you are. Welcome to Unity. And so, Janice, thank you for being our butterfly catcher of the good, contactless. And there are many ways to give to Unity of Charlottesville. Online, you can text to give, or you can mail it in, or give when you're here in person into our butterfly net. So we're very grateful, and very, very grateful to all of you who have helped to sustain this community through all of this time. And thanks to our special gifts and donors today. Anonymous gift for the HVAC and our mortgage. We mentioned that earlier. Some of you may have come in later, and we're very, very grateful. And to Don Chudd for getting us our new air conditioner. Thank you, Don. So let us all bless our tithes and love offerings together, please. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is.
You can join in singing on this one.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came a-tumbling down.
Sing it.
Joshua fought the battle of
Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down.
You may talk about your men of Gideon, you may talk about your men of Saul, but it's not like good old Joshua and the battle of Jericho.
No, no, no. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down.
Right up to the walls of Jericho, he marched with spear in hand. Blow, blow them ram horns, Joshua cried, 'cause the battle is in my hand.
Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Sing it. Get some life. Come on, be a firework.
Then the lamb sheep horns began to blow, and the trumpets began to sound. Joshua told the children to shout that morning, and the walls came tumbling down.
Sing it. Joshua got the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. We had to sing
Oh, thank you so much. You know, this is one of the joys of working with Blair, because she not only knows all the New Thought music, she knows a lot more music, and she knew this one.
The human jukebox.
Yes. Rhonda, come on up.
I'm gonna help push out.
Thank you, Aisha and Rhonda and Sarah, for that. It was wonderful. Well, as you know, we have a midweek prayer faith lift. And really, it's turned into be a healing group. I really believe that to be true. We've been seeing wonderful, wonderful changes in many of the people that we're praying for. A lot of it's for healing and for other things as well. But if you'd like to join us anytime, it's open to everyone, 6:30 to 7. It's really an incredible opportunity. That was you, wasn't it?
And the media team, which sits up there in the little booth up there, they're the miracle workers and how we get everything out.
Yeah.
We cannot thank them enough, especially during COVID. I mean, we never skipped a beat, just kept on going, got on Facebook, now we're on YouTube, and we're on our website, and we're here. So you can still come here. Well, you now can come here, so let's do it. Anyway, contact Bob Butts or the Unity office, Mark, up there.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, many of you saw that July 1st was the time to open your letter from God from last year's Burning Bowl. How many did? Yeah,
I
me
think I
too,
got
me
mine.
too. It was awesome, really awesome. So if you haven't done that, find your letter. It's time to open it. And I wanted to share with you, some of you have seen this, some of you haven't yet. Reverend Don has published his first book.
Yay, Don.
Yay! And it's here. Peeling an Artichoke, Opening to the Heart of Spiritual Awakening. And the book is going on sale Monday, July 12th, so a week from tomorrow. It's available on Kindle, Amazon, also Apple Books and Nook. So if you would like to help out by purchasing one next Monday, that in Bookland, that makes a difference if we all do it together. So please feel free to do it. And it's a wonderful book. I think you're all going to enjoy it. It's Don, you know, it's funny and wise and beautiful. And wait till you read it. I'm excited about it myself.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, we have a pastoral care team here. Prayer is very important to our community, and there are people always available, especially if someone has a hospital visit and they need somebody to come and visit them or just need prayer in general. The pastoral care unity email is right there.
Great. And we will have virtual fellowship online on Zoom till 12 noon. So if you people online want to stay on and chat a bit, you're welcome to do that. Kate, would you like to come in? You did have youth ed. Yes.
So, gosh, we're having such an interesting summer, right? Like, we just don't know what to expect from day to day. And we have had kids' church in person for the last couple months since we've been back in person. And of course, during the summer, who knows what our kids are up to. But I was delighted to get to hang out with one of our kids today, and we read some incredible books and then entered this whole world of imagination based on those books. And so I think that you all see when the kids and the teachers come up here on Sunday mornings, there is this effervescent glow that comes from being with the kids. And I want to let you all know that you have the opportunity to experience that effervescent glow if being with the kids on a Sunday morning is something that calls to you. We do have some openings for teachers. As much as I love being with the kids every Sunday, I don't want to hog all of the joy. So we are in the opening for new people to join our teaching team. So if this is something that interests you, if you would like to spend, it's usually one Sunday a month. Just come and talk to me, and we can talk some more about what the possibilities are.
Okay.
So with that, let us bless our children, both here and wherever they are. Children, Uniteens, YOUers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important. It's so true. Have a great week. Mwah.
Thank you, Kate. Well, and thanks to everybody who made this service possible, our wonderful media team, online and in person, our wonderful singers, Rhonda, Aisha, Blair, our great music director, Kate, all of you who are here, the blessing team, thank you so much. Yes. And so if you'd like to stand now.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yay, Sarah. Violin,
awesome.
yes.
Violinist.
Love it.
She says she'll be back, too.
Good. Yeah. Oh, good. So let us share our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and wherever God is, all is well. And our prayer teams, Healing Helpers, will be in the corner, and I think Peggy's available for one-on-one prayer after the service, and so is Buddy. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.